Yo, what's good guys, welcome back to another American Horror Story Hotel reaction. This will be episode 5. Same as last time, I kind of just want to get into the episode straight away. Just because I seem to say the exact same stuff at the beginning of like the next episode than I did with the previous review. So if you'd like a full review of my thought process and of what I thought of the last episode, then you can watch my episode 4 reaction and see where I'm at in here going into episode 5. Okay, so this is it. American Horror Story Hotel episode 5. This one is called Room Service. She's a vampire now, Shelly or Alex. No way is she gonna start turning into some blood-sucking vampire on vulnerable patients. Nuh-uh.
Why don't you go get a coffee or a sandwich? I'll figure it out.
She's gonna turn the kid into a vampire then. Oh look, I fixed him. Boom, 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 boom. When are we gonna start seeing all this shit? I'm sure there's an old woman in this intro. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway.
You want to take down the Countess? So do I. And Iris here is the key. Nobody gets closer to the Countess than she does.
Oh yeah, with the blood.
You're invisible.
Which makes her the perfect inside man.
Right.
Iris doesn't want any of this, does she? Does Iris get a say in any of this?
X-rays are clear.
I've never seen anything like it. He was in full respiratory failure.
It's a miracle.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a vampire now, aren't you,
Does it
kid?
mean we can take him home?
No.
I don't see why not.
There's got to be complications with this, though. Is the kid's going to start eating dogs like Holden did?
It's ironic, isn't it? I'm damned to eternity in this body. With this life. This dark, meaningless little soul. Right when it's never been worse.
Come on, Iris, man. Iris needs a bit of oomph. Kid. What is this? This is going to be like some huge vampire outbreak. The media or news can't pinpoint like what's happening or what's going on or where the root of it is.
Pritchard took my witch's wand. I've got to back up. I missed you.
I've got a backup and smiles at an actual knife.
I'm so much better now. Ow! Did you just bite me? There. We're even. Now you can taste my blood.
What is what the fuck is this? Whoa! Whoa! What the fuck?
What are you doing? Drink it. Drink it, Maddie.
This is fucked, mate. Holy shit. Yeah? Let's go, baby. Oh my god, he actually made it out.
I love Halloween. I like the candy, I like the costumes, and I love being
Buh. Interesting, man. What's gonna happen here? Oh shit, they've killed everyone. Ah, and I think it's all makeup. It's not, mate. It's real blood.
Son, how are you feeling? Are you up to answering some questions?
Yes, sir. I know exactly what happened.
Go to his house, and then you'll see his parents dead on the floor.
Stake my reputation on it. You're gonna have to ante up more than that because your reputation's shit. Let's be honest, has been for a while. What's that supposed to mean? It means I probably should never have signed off on that marginal psych evaluation you received 5 years ago after your breakdown.
What's this little secret that I've not heard of yet? Oh, fresh blood, Iris.
The doorbell would not stop ringing.
We just want to hide out and smoke out and not deal with the zillion randos.
Sure, room 64. Oh no, wait, John's in room 64. Oh, dandy. I bought you some snackies. Oh, she did just look at her, so she must know then. Whoa!
You seem nervous.
You smell different. And you're sweating.
It's all the people in the costumes. It's just keeps me on edge. Must be.
Lady Gaga knows, man. She's the Countess. She'll know.
There is a restaurant renaissance happening downtown right now, so all you gotta do is pick up the phone, order out, and bring in some pate for Christ's sakes.
Motherfucker, man. Go fucking kill him, Iris. Okay, I'm on your side here. You know what? When these two first rocked up, I was like, there could be innocent people here involved in this hotel.
What did they want?
But fuck him. Fuck these two. Pate. They want pate.
Bitches want pate. Pate they shall have.
So, how does something like this happen?
How does a married man from Topeka wind up as Liz Taylor in the Hotel Cortez?
Liz Taylor, there we go. Thank you.
Oh, no, thanks. I'm all about room service and a good night's sleep tonight.
Don't watch too much porn.
Yeah.
And I just can't seem to get enough of you. You.
For those first few moments in those rooms, I was transformed.
Whoa.
You don't lack beauty. You lack commitment. Let me help you. become who you were born to be. A goddess.
Oh no.
What in the holy hell? Do you have AIDS? I need to know. Tell me, you goddamn faggot! I'm not gay! Look at me, piece of shit bastard! See me and go to hell!
Howdy, boys.
Ooh. Oh.
It's time to stop taking shit. Scorch the damn earth before you.
Scorch the damn earth before you.
By teaching that hipster couple some manners.
Exactly. Precisely what I was thinking, Liz.
Oh my god. You almost sliced off my toe. Are you Alzheimer's?
Fucking hell, man.
That's reckless endangerment, and we can make sure that you never work again.
It's really a matter of public safety. You're clearly a danger to society.
Fuck her up, man. That's my shit. Somebody help! Ah, somebody help! That's my shit.
Before you were born!
Come on.
You've suffered nothing! You have no idea what it's like to be gutted!
Feed, Iris, feed. Ah, you don't feel sick now. I like that, Iris. I like that. Well done. Good shit. My favourite Iris moment so far. Fucking bitch, man. That fucking girl, man, was such a bitch. Fuck you.
You practically dragged me up here. Or don't you remember it that way?
What happened, man? Jesus. Whoa! Ah, man.
Because it's our destiny. And you can't fight destiny.
Has she got the hots for him or something? I'm confused on this storyline here. The whole metal penis dildo thing that's attached to fucking Sally, like her alter ego or whatever. Okay, what episode that was? I finally got some insight to Liz Taylor. I didn't know her name at all. Now, there's been a few YouTube comments on my earlier episodes 1 and 2. Episode 1, there was people calling me and my friend homophobic. I also had a comment on my episode 2 reaction when I called Liz Taylor a transvestite. I'm gonna stick by that, but not anymore, because now I know the backstory of Liz Taylor. But for me, my own personal perception from episode 1 and 2 was that Liz Taylor was a transvestite. A transvestite means someone who just likes to dress as the opposite sex. And for me, that's what Liz Taylor was on episode 1 and 2. I didn't know anything about Liz Taylor up until now. Now, I know that Liz Taylor is transgender. So now I know that she's transgender, not a transvestite. And her name has only just been clarified. In episode 5, I wish I knew her name, like, earlier than episode 5. Unless it's already been said, if it has been said, her name, Liz Taylor, if that's been said in the previous 4 episodes, I can only apologise, but I probably missed it. But up until now, I've only heard her name and her actual backstory. So now I know after episode 5 that Liz Taylor is a transgender, not a transvestite. Obviously for me, episodes 1 and 2 of Hotel didn't clarify what Liz Taylor was. So I personally refer to her as a transvestite because I didn't know the backstory, but now I do. So just to clear a few things up, I'm not transphobic, I'm not homophobic or anything like that. It's just my own personal perception of episodes 1 and 2. But now that I've seen episode 5, and it's gone into detail about Liz Taylor's past and her backstory, I can now say that she is transgender, and her name is Liz Taylor. I can stop referring to her as Spalding now. That's all it took. That's all I needed to know. It's not nice being called homophobic and shit, man. Like, people don't know anything, man. People calling me homophobic, it's just so out of context, taking shit out of context. It's just mad, it's baffling. Anyway, Liz Taylor's backstory. So he married a woman in her 30s because they're the same dress size. That was quite funny. They had a kid. What was his name as well? Nick. So him and his work colleagues, they went to the Hotel Cortez for some sort of event, I think, some sort of do. And they were like, "Oh, Nikki, you coming out for?" I think they wanted to go to a bar or something, but Nikki was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna get a good night's sleep, you know, order a bit of room service." And that's when the real Liz Taylor came out to play, baby. She was in her room, all dressed up, ordered room service, got the champagne, turned around, Lady Gaga was on the bed. I'm surprised. I honestly thought Lady Gaga was gonna turn Liz Taylor as well, because to me Liz Taylor looks like she hasn't aged. So I was like, oh shit, maybe Liz Taylor is a vampire too. Like, who else is vampires in this hotel? But Lady Gaga actually didn't. So what Lady Gaga did was actually quite a nice thing to do. She helped Liz Taylor, like, become her true self. She said it's not... She said, "Oh, you smell like a woman." And then Liz Taylor said, "Oh, it's Paco Rabanne." Then she went, "Nah, it's not in your skin, it's in your blood." And then she started breaking down, crying. I think she was just always, like, scared of what others would think, which I can totally understand. And then Lady Gaga was saying, "Oh, you need to scream and shout." But Liz Taylor was like, "Nah, I just want to chill for a bit." And then Lady Gaga was like, "Oh, go to the ice machine, get me some ice." So that was a nice little first step. I think Liz Taylor was just so scared. Like, she was like in fear of what others would think, of what her work colleagues would think, what her family would think, her wife, the kid. But it was nice to see when he was actually in the hallway and he passed one of the maids. The maid looked at her, and then you can see on Liz Taylor's face, it was like, okay, maybe this isn't as bad. Like, all the shit that she was thinking about in her head was unraveling in front of her. And the maid barely took notice of her. Like, she looked at her a little bit, but that's about it. Then she got on to do what she was doing. And then Liz Taylor was like, you could see in her facial expression that she was kind of proud. Almost, like, proud. And then her work colleagues came. The way her work colleagues just switched straight away. Like, they all seem to be good friends. But as soon as they see their colleague in drag, they start calling her a faggot and start saying, "Have you got AIDS?" And I drank from the same Sprite from you as on the flight. Like, if you're a real friend, you wouldn't treat your friend like that. No way. If anything, you should be supportive of that shit. Because I think men in this day and age, especially, maybe not so much now, but they just have a hard time coming out. They think of the consequences, like, they think of what their family and friends are gonna think. What if they don't accept me as this new person? Which is like, it's a real fear. Like, there's no, like, you can't blame yourself for thinking like that. It's human. We're all human. We've all got thoughts. We've all got fears. They're all real. I mean, I'd like to think we live in a world now where people can just be themselves, be who they want to be. I've got no problem with that at all. Just be who you want to be. Just do you. And if anything, take what Liz Taylor said to Iris, man. He said, you need to stop taking shit. Just stop taking shit completely. This is your life. It's not theirs. Who are they to dictate what you should do with your life? They're not in charge of your life. No one's in charge of your life. You're the only one in charge of your life. So do what the fuck you want. There ain't no stopping you. And if your family or friends disagree with what you want to do, fuck them. Just because they're family and you share the same blood doesn't mean you have to get on with them. Doesn't mean you have to hold this, I don't know, this fake relationship where you can't feel like you can be yourself, and you're holding on to like this fake personality and this fake kind of persona just to impress your family or just to be normal, right? You shouldn't feel like that. So fuck 'em, man. Whoever says to you that you can't be yourself, fuck 'em. Just fuck 'em. Not literally. I mean, this shit right here. I put this on in public and I get weird looks putting this on. I don't give a fuck. It's cocoa butter. My lips are dry. I'm not gonna put up with dry lips just because someone's gonna look at me for 2 seconds and then they go home and never think about me again. That's the thing you need to pay attention to as well. People might look at you, but it's for a brief, 5 seconds max. And then they go home, and as soon as they go home, they've already forgotten about you. That's it. They don't care. Deep down, they don't care. And if they do care, fuck them. Do what Liz Taylor said. Stop taking shit. Anyway, moving on from that, I really liked Liz Taylor's backstory. I think the viewing public who have been in the same situation as Liz Taylor would find that quite comforting. Liz Taylor's backstory, maybe just Liz Taylor's character in general, they would find quite comforting. I definitely would if I was in that situation. That was a nice backstory. It was quite needed, if I may say. Quite needed, because every time I saw Liz Taylor, I was like, there has to be a backstory to this character. Like, there has to be. This show can't go on without not explaining Liz Taylor's story. And it did, man, and I'm glad it did. Anyway, moving on. Iris made her first kind of victims into her vampire kind of lifestyle. Obviously she was killing those Swedish girls before in episode 1 and 2, so she already was a killer, but as like a vampire, these two were her first victims. They deserved it, man. I can see Iris was kind of like battling in her mind, like, oh, maybe I should I do this or shouldn't I do this? They're kind of treating me like shit. They're walking all over me. And what that woman was saying to Iris, man, is so disrespectful. And there are people like that out there as well. There are people like that out there, man. They're just bare rude. Bare rude. You don't know what someone's got. You don't know what someone has going on in their life. And they just treat them like shit. As if they're the only relevant person in the room. As if they're the only one in the room with feelings, you know? Talking all that shit. I'm so glad Iris fucking done her in with that. Whatever it was. What was it? The corkscrew thing. Bottle opener. And then got the knife and then fucking done him in the back. Like, fucking repeatedly. Proud moment for Iris. Fuck, man. So much other shit happened. Okay. Lady Gaga and Alex. Lady Gaga is still the Countess. She's explained all of these rules that Alex has to follow. I still don't care about Alex. I'm sorry. I still don't care about Alex. And it's actually because of her. Because of Alex's actions. More like a whole school. Not like a whole school. But the kids in the school have become vampires. All because of Alex. I think 6 people died. I saw in the news bulletin earlier. Obviously that was the 6 teachers. But it makes me think, Alex's actions was to save one kid. But she saved one kid and she's killed 6. 8. She's killed 8 because the kid killed his own parents as well before he went to school. So Alex tried to save one life, but in the end she's killed 8 people from her actions. I don't care about Alex at all. I'm really sorry. I don't care about her at all. And the fact she hasn't told John anything about it. Why not? Why haven't you told John about it? You can see he's clearly stressed. He's got a 10 Commandments case. Where's Scarlett? We haven't seen Scarlett. She's still at her grandma's. Has Alex even bothered to go and see Scarlett? It's just all about Holden. And then they went to sleep in the coffin together earlier. It was like a double bed kind of coffin for them to sleep in. What's John gonna do? Actually, Lady Gaga said something. I think she was like, if it gets too much, then she done like that motion, as if like telling Alex to kill John if it gets a bit too much. I hope John doesn't die. If anything, I want John to kill Alex. What if as well? What if this vampire shit? What if whoever turns you? So say if this guy was a vampire and he turned me into one, but someone killed that guy, would I die then? Or would my vampire abilities be reversed? Would I be cleansed of the vampire abilities because the person who turned me has died? So now my abilities have either gone or I'm either dead because he turned me. That would be interesting. So what if Alex dies and then the kid that she turned in hospital dies and then all the kids that the kid turned died? So the root is Alex. Obviously the bigger root is Lady Gaga. But I've got a feeling Desiree, either Desiree or Donovan is going to kill Lady Gaga, I think. I still think Lady Gaga is the 10 Commandments killer as well, by the way. Or it could be Desiree. Because the killings are happening at night. 10 Commandments. Ooh, I don't know. Because Desiree wants revenge on Lady Gaga. So if Lady Gaga... So if Desiree calls up John on the first episode and says, I'm in Hotel Cortez, room 64. I'm going to kill again. Come find me. And then hangs up. Obviously, it must be someone on the outside then, wanting maybe John to see something going on in room 64, and holding Lady Gaga to account. So maybe it is Desiree, who is the copycat killer. Anyway, it's either Lady Gaga or Desiree. Anyway, it's one of the two. To kill Lady Gaga, it's either going to be Desiree or Donovan. Maybe. It could be anyone, man. It could be Alex. It could be John. It could be anyone. What else happened? Sally waking up in the bed with John. Apparently they had a night of sex, but he doesn't remember it. So was he drugged? Was it a dream? What was the vision again? He got a little vision of the metal penis guy, and he only appears when Sally's in the room. So I still believe Sally has like some alter ego kind of thing going on, like some split multiple personality shit. Yeah, what else happened? I might skim back through the episode just to see what happened. Oh yeah, okay. John got fired from the police by a teabag from Prison Break. So no one at the police force believes him about what he's saying is going on at the hotel. Teabag actually revealed something 5 years ago after Holden disappeared, like some emotional kind of thing that he went through. So the police force must think he's not making all of this up, but seeing things maybe as like a coping mechanism for losing Holden. Maybe, I don't know. But as I just skimmed through the episode, and I believe I've said what I've seen this episode, I might leave it there. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this reaction, you can watch the full reaction to this episode over on my Patreon. You can also watch the full reactions to episodes 1, 2, 3 and 4 of Hotel. They're also in full, by the way, on my Patreon. You can also watch my full reactions to Seasons 1 Murder House, Season 2 Asylum, Season 3 Coven and Season 4 Freak Show. Every reaction to every episode is in full, and they're available to watch on my Patreon. And if you're watching this episode on YouTube, this is episode 5, then that would mean that episodes 6 and 7 should be on my Patreon in full to watch. So if you fancied watching full reactions and having early access to my future uploads to YouTube, then you can do so. You can sign up to my Patreon and you can watch full reactions and early access videos in advance. But I'll leave that for you guys to decide what you want to do. But for now, I'll see you guys for episode 6 of Hotel. Take it easy.